The woods are dense, shrouded in shadows. A figure stands just beyond the edge of visibility, tall, faceless, motionless. For years, whispers have circulated about this eerie figure that seems to appear where children vanish without a trace. He's known as Slender Man, a creature born not from folklore passed down through generations, but from the dim glow of computer screens in the early days of internet forums. In 2009, a single post on an obscure website would ignite a cultural phenomenon. What started as a fictional creation quickly spiraled into something much darker, transcending the digital realm and seeping into reality in ways no one could have predicted. This is not just a story of horror, it's a cautionary tale of the internet's power to blur the lines between myth and reality. Today, we unravel how the Slender Man legend came to haunt the digital age, and ultimately, the real world. The origins of Slender Man can be traced back to a seemingly innocent internet challenge in June 2009 on the website Something Awful. Users on the forum were tasked with creating eerie, yet realistic images that could pass as genuine paranormal encounters. Amid the flood of submissions, one entry stood out. Eric Knudsen, under the username Victor Surge, posted two unsettling black and white photos depicting children playing in a park. Looming in the background was a tall, faceless figure with unnaturally long limbs clad in a dark suit. What made Knudsen's creation truly chilling were the captions he added to the photos. They suggested that this mysterious figure, soon to be known as Slender Man, had been linked to the unexplained disappearances of children over several decades. The captions read like fragments from old newspaper clippings, lending an air of authenticity to what was purely a work of fiction. This creative twist captured the imaginations of users, sparking immediate intrigue. Slender Man's design was intentionally vague, making him both terrifying and strangely alluring. His facelessness left much to the imagination, and his presence was always hinted at rather than explicitly shown. This minimalistic approach tapped into primal fears, the fear of the unknown, the faceless figure lurking just beyond the light. As more users joined in, Slender Man's mythology grew. The collaborative nature of internet forums allowed people to contribute their own stories, artwork, and videos, transforming Slender Man from a single forum post into a sprawling digital legend. This was only the beginning. Soon, the figure would expand beyond forums, infiltrating various corners of the internet. The legend of Slender Man quickly spread beyond the Something Awful forums, infiltrating platforms like Reddit, 4chan, and dedicated creepypasta websites. However, it was the video-sharing site YouTube that truly propelled Slender Man into mainstream consciousness. In June 2009, just weeks after Knudsen's original post, the YouTube series Marble Hornets launched. Created by Troy Wagner, Joseph Delige, and Tim Sutton, the series followed a found-footage style that chronicled a student filmmaker's descent into madness as he was stalked by a mysterious entity known as the Operator, a clear reference to Slender Man. The series cleverly used shaky, grainy footage and subtle appearances of the faceless figure to create an atmosphere of suspense and dread. It became a viral hit, amassing millions of views and inspiring countless fan theories. Viewers dissected each episode, searching for hidden clues and trying to unravel the mystery behind the Operator. The immersive, interactive nature of Marble Hornets made it feel real, blurring the lines between fiction and reality. Beyond YouTube, Slender Man's influence continued to grow through fan art, short stories, and indie games like Slender, The 8 Pages. This minimalist horror game, released in 2012, captured the imagination of gamers worldwide. The goal was simple: navigate through a dark forest and collect pages while evading the ever-present Slender Man. The game's suspenseful atmosphere and jump scares made it a favorite among horror enthusiasts, leading to millions of downloads and viral playthrough videos. The participatory nature of Slender Man's mythos was key to its success. Fans were not just consumers, they were creators, contributing to a collaborative digital folklore that continuously evolved. The character's lack of a defined origin or story allowed it to be molded by the imaginations of countless individuals. But as Slender Man's reach extended, the question loomed: what happens when people lose sight of the boundary between fiction and reality? As Slender Man's popularity soared, concerns began to arise about the impact of internet horror on young, impressionable minds. The character's faceless, omnipresent nature symbolized the fear of the unknown, resonating deeply with those exploring the digital world's darkest corners. For many, engaging with Slender Man content became a thrilling escape, a way to face their fears from the safety of their screens. Yet, the immersive nature of Slender Man's stories had unintended consequences. For some, the line between fiction and reality blurred dangerously. The constant exposure to tales of lurking monsters and hidden terrors led some to question whether Slender Man might actually exist. The anonymity of the internet allowed users to create stories with an air of realism, further feeding into the collective fear. Psychologists began to study how myths like Slender Man could impact young minds. For some children and teenagers, engaging deeply with such stories could heighten anxiety, amplify existing fears, and in rare cases, distort their perception of reality. This growing concern would soon manifest in a tragic event that shocked the world, a chilling reminder of how fiction can influence reality. The line between myth and reality was crossed on May 31, 2014, in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Two 12-year-old girls, Morgan Geyser and Anissa Wire, lured their friend, Peyton Lutner, into the woods and stabbed her 19 times. Their motive? They believed they needed to kill to prove their loyalty to Slender Man. In their minds, the faceless figure was real, and failing to follow his commands would result in dire consequences. When questioned by police, the girls confessed they had planned the attack for months. Morgan, diagnosed later with schizophrenia, truly believed that Slender Man was watching her. Anissa, who struggled with loneliness, found comfort in the idea that they could become his proxies if they proved themselves worthy. The incident shocked not only their community but the entire world, igniting debates about the influence of internet culture on young minds. The media frenzy that followed highlighted the dangers of digital myths. Experts argue that the girls' actions were influenced not just by the stories they consumed but by their inability to distinguish fantasy from reality. The case raised urgent questions about how internet myths affect vulnerable children and whether the creators of such content bear any responsibility. In the aftermath, several online communities began to self-regulate, removing or moderating Slender Man content. But by then, the myth had grown too large to contain. Slender Man had become a symbol of the internet's darkest capabilities, how a simple story can spiral out of control with devastating consequences. The story of Slender Man is a chilling testament to the power of digital storytelling. What began as a simple forum post became a worldwide phenomenon, demonstrating the internet's ability to breathe life into modern myths. But it also serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the blurred lines between fiction and reality in the digital age. As we venture deeper into the uncharted territories of the internet, we must ask ourselves, what other legends are we creating today, and at what cost? If this story intrigued you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. What other digital myths have fascinated you? And how do we navigate the delicate balance between imagination and reality? Subscribe if you dare. It's always the haunting hour somewhere.